going to show you some of the gaming. This is one of the pre-installed Spider-Man games. There's also Shrek Kart. These games, some of them use not only the built-in accelerometer, but also the gyroscopic sensor. I'm going to see if I can get over there and beat the heck out of these guys. Found this game to be pretty cool. It's very much like the game on the Wii. You can find other similar games by going to the Tegra Zone. These are all games that are meant to take advantage of the dual core nature of the 1 GHz processor that's loaded into the Optimus 2X. You can see some of the games that are available. There's no built-in hardware shutter button on the Optimus 2X for the camera, so use on-screen controls instead. Press down the on-screen shutter to get focus, recompose a bit, and then let go to take the photo. You can delete it at that time if I don't want it. Switch to video mode. Now that was an 8 megapixel still photo. I'll show you some of the settings here. You can see we're now in full HD, 1920 by it should be 1080, not 1088, best of my knowledge. But check that out. We'll do a quick recording here. See, it focuses first, then it starts recording. It doesn't appear to necessarily change focus or adapt focus once you're inside the video, though. Okay, and we'll jump to the gallery here so we can play the video. Now I'll show you another sample running on an HD TV using the HDMI output, just to give you a quick view here though. Gallery, just like you would expect. Some videos from pictures from in New York, where I was for the weekend. Macro mode for a sugar packet. Go back to still mode, and again you can see the settings. 8 megapixel. Right now it's in auto mode for focus. There's some scenes as well. Set the ISO. Image stabilization's on. Doesn't appear to do too much in my experience. When you put geolocation on, it only seems to want to use the built-in GPS, which I find a little distasteful. You should be able to get a quick fix just off of Google services. There is a forward-facing camera for video chatting and stuff like that, but it also comes with an application just called Mirror. Quick demonstration of how it works. And there you see me, right behind the camera. You can actually snap a photo right there and save that. It's a 1.3 megapixel camera. Don't I look lovely? So here I have the Optimus 2X attached to 42-inch HD TV. You can see when it's in portrait mode, you only see a small section of the television covered. But if we go into the gallery and flip over to portrait mode, you can see some of the things in full screen. I'll show you one of the videos I shot. Quality's not bad, but it certainly doesn't look like high quality 1080p video to me. And as I mentioned, the focus doesn't seem to keep up with movements. This is in a pretty bright environment here. I've got a lot of light running when this video is recorded. It looks good, it just doesn't look fantastic. While playing video, of course, you don't actually get to see on both displays, but it does work for things like the browser. Of course, nice 42-inch ad. multi-touch gestures. Double tap for intelligent zooming. Here's the weather clock widget. Swipe gesture to move back and forth between different locations. Go through, look at some of the other widgets, standard Google stuff here. Social networking, you can set your status with this one, access to Facebook and Twitter through this widget. Now the odd thing is, as you can see here, it says not logged in. I've been logged in multiple times. It seems to not keep the login information, so you have to log in repeatedly. I'm not sure why that is. So I've re-logged in order to show you how the widget works. Tap on this one for my friend Phil. You can also get into Twitter for LG here, which is the full stream. You'll notice the little message here says 26 directed messages. That'll give you access to mentions and direct messages. I've had problems with the contact widget. It would force close every time I'd try to access it. As you can see right there, it's showing some data here. That's actually my wife's number there. You can't read it. There's no picture or anything like that. So definite problem. The device supports Exchange, Gmail, and other accounts for contact data. So maybe I'm just using something it doesn't like. But either way, it should be able to work with, let's say, my Exchange account. Here you see the calendar widget. Really pretty. Works nicely. Different views. Like how you get a little preview just by tapping on it in the month view. And of course the agenda view. Take a quick look at the music app. Really quite nice. Well organized. I only have a few things on here. Organized any way you want. Albums seems to be the nicest view. Let's go in here and we'll pick a track. I'll show you another one of those gestures. Pretty cool. Of course, we go back to the home screen. See the image of the album. No lock screen controls though. You might have noticed the F-Secure application. It's a pre-installed virus scanner. Checks the SD card whenever you insert a new card, scans applications that are downloaded from the Android market, everything like that to make sure they're okay. Speaking of the Android market, this is the new version of the market. Good looking visually. And a little bit better organized than the older version of the Android market. To install, you just tap on the price, or in this case it says free. You have to accept the permissions, what it's going to be able to have access to, and tap there to install it. Go back to the home screen, you'll see the download notification. Now it's actually downloaded and it's installing it. It'll be done in a second. Just tap there to load the application. This is Qualcomm's Neo Core graphics benchmarking system. Just to give you an idea, comparison, this device scores about a 75.5 frames per second. My Nexus S with a single core processor scores about 55.5. So Not quite a 50% increase in terms of this particular benchmark in performance, but still pretty good. LinPack is another common benchmark, and I'll just run that quickly so you can get a feel for it, since it comes back so quickly. In general, I found the performance of the Optimus 2X to be very good, but from a day-to-day usage view, doesn't really seem that much faster than the Google Nexus S with its single-core 1 GHz processor. Really, the only place I've noticed it is in the benchmarks. Now, of course, some of these games that I've been playing, like Spider-Man and Shrek Kart and stuff, maybe they wouldn't work as well on a single-core processor, but I don't really know that for a fact at this point. Either way, performance has been pretty good. Battery life, not as good as I would have hoped for, probably not as good as the Nexus S, and this has even been running just on a GSM network, as it's a European device and doesn't support the T-Mobile or AT&T frequency bands for 3G, so you can get through a day in general, but heavy use, you're going to need the charger before the day is even out, so I was really hoping for better battery life performance. But overall, I really like the device. I love the design. I think it's a really good-looking phone without looking like a, just a generic black slab. Display is very bright. Turn that up even further. It's really good-looking, colorful, and the phone's responsive. And I love what LG's done with the main menu and the home screens and things like that. Some of the widgets aren't so fantastic that LG provides, but still much better than what you get from a stock Android experience. This is, of course, running Android Froyo 2.2, so LG has said that it will be capable of running Gingerbread. They haven't actually promised that Gingerbread will be available as an update, though. In any case, that's the LG Optimus 2X. I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.